welcome to Valdoran's corner of the universe. That was loud. We are back on No Man's Sky. We are in the Eissentam galaxy, and I'm standing on the freighter, looking out at some of our frigates. They are all around us. So today we are going to continue the little bit slower run around, even though we actually did make a farming base, and we'll need to see if that actually worked out. So let's start looking at the returned frigates and see what we get out of them. Hopefully a lot of good stuff and coins and Christmas trees, whatever they bring back home. You never know what they're coming. We had 3 which was exploration, so that was a little bit excessive. At least there was a surprise. Surprise, surprise. Supplies, supplies. I like surprises. I like things which makes money even better. So if those two are combined, happy days. Very happy days. So coins, balls, gold, indium. Not many. Cyrus frigate module. Well, not much coins on that, but every little helps. It's not like I'm trying to make a fortune. That is not my purpose. I'm quite good at making money, and that's not a secret, but the thing is, I don't have to, not at this point in the game. I have enough to get around, and actually scanning around on planets and my frigates is giving me a daily base, which is quite good. So it's not a need to make those lots of coins. There was something for the living ship, and there's more. Psychonic eggs. That's actually why I sent out the organic frigates, to hope to get upgrades to the living ship. Because that's not something I think you will find in the wild. I might be wrong, but storage augmentation, that is also good. So yesterday I used all my storage augmentation on the Sentinel Interceptor. So that's actually the ship I am playing. And now I'm going to save up so I have 10-15 again, and then I will take one of the other ships and give a boost, and I will continue to rotate between them. So I'm playing on Fire. That was the name of it when I got it, and I kept that. I use it to trade with, like any other ship I play with. and I have upgraded a little bit of the hardware on it, so it's actually even better. I never got to actually, oh there. Okay, that might become a problem, but then we will deal with that. So it's yeah, it's the usual. I have too much things. I would not even try to conceal that fact. Okay. That surprised me a little bit, but that's fine. That one was 500,000. It's not bad. 600,000. 500,000. So then there's those. So that becomes these. And I will have to go down and put them on the living ship. So I don't know if I have it on board or I'll have to replace it with someone stole my ships, so I don't have it on board. So I will actually have to call it. Be replaced with my Interceptor just for now. I still think it looks like a Pokemon, but so this is a membrane. Okay. So I can only have one of these? Huh. That's not good. Oh, that is what it is. So, I'm gonna call the other ship as I'm still flying on that, dealing with that. I will have to make sure it's my primary ship. So I don't know what I do with those thingies. Do I save them? Do I sell them? What do I do? Do I have space somewhere? I don't know what to do with them, so yeah. Okay, let's see how many frigates we can send out. We have limited fuel, which I should have been better at. Okay, that's voice, industrial, combat, and 2 balanced. Combat is very long, so let's send that out. $750 tons. So Discovery, those 2, and the organic, 1 support and 1 trade. Industrial, trade, and an organic. The organic is not really worth anything yet, so then there's 2 balanced. Wonder if I have enough fuel for that. I had for the long one. I don't have for the short one. Okay. Can I make some fuel? I need tritium. Problem is, I actually have it, but I will have to change the ship. Can I do that without going down? So that was a no. I have to go down, find my fighter. Because I had the tritium on that. Loads here. And then I need dihydrogen. I can make that into dihydrogen, but I don't want to do that. So I just go back and take fire as my primary anyway. I actually enjoy flying around in that. And go back up and send off, because 200 tons was actually enough to send off the last one. So no, But I have to make sure, I really have to make sure I make enough. So all is sent off. So now it's time to do the farming run. And I will do that as usual. That thing where my greed comes into play more than anything else. And remember, tomorrow I'm going to start out a new save in survival mode, so it can be very entertaining to see me try to survive. Or not. It will be a more slow-paced play form. I will say the good thing is when you have some knowledge about surviving in general, because that really helps. As a new player, it can be difficult to actually understand what you need to do to survive. As a more experienced player, you know a little trick and tips here and there how to get an edge. So at least that has helped me so far. The game I've been playing on the side is challenging because everything is more difficult. So you really, I don't know if that's something which can be changed. The amount of things you can have in a slot is way smaller than we're used to on normal settings. So I don't know if that's something which can actually be manipulated somehow, but I will find that out tomorrow. But yeah, that's the plans at least. The only thing which would change those plans if a upgrade or something comes out, then I would probably not do that. Go. And as I always say, it's all about, do I really need these things? Well, no. say I do. Would I like these things? Yeah, pretty much. Funny thing is, it keeps saying it's on scanned on this planet. So theoretically, I can keep making money scanning the same things. Which I probably can't be bothered doing, but there are a couple of things that I would not. I'm not a big lover of using exploits in games, even though that you would say, yeah, but it's for your own benefit, it won't harm anyone else. No, that's true. But I'm not a big believer in that everything should be as easy as possible, because if it gets too easy, then I don't have much pleasure playing the game, because if I don't have to think how to do things, but just got everything handed on a silver platter, then there is absolutely no challenge for me in it. And I'm not saying that because I'm an asshole or anything. It's me personally, I want to have challenges when I play games. I don't play a game to get it over and done with in 2 hours, and then the game is finished, and I can put on my gaming CV that I completed that game. I don't care about that. I rather want to sit struggling and really have to use my brain to get through a game. And have the pleasure of solving the problems myself, no matter how difficult or easy it is. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you want it easy, then load No Man's Sky up in sandbox mode. You will get everything handed. You don't have to try to get anything. It's all there. And then look me in the face and tell me that you don't find that boring. I could only see one type of scenario where I would say sandbox mode in No Man's Sky would be useful. And that was if I wanted to build a humongous base or something like that, and that would be the only purpose of that game. Then I could understand that you wouldn't want to grind for the different blueprints and stuff like that. Then spend your time finding the planet, finding the site, and then start building your base. Yeah, I could understand that, but that's not really the type of games I play anyway. So, apart from that, said I could understand it. I didn't say I would do it. Because the base building is for me very basic. I always think about the purpose for the base I'm making, and it might be a 2x2 shed, or it might be a palace if that's what I think will fulfill my needs. And it's all about that. But apart from that, again, I'm back to the same thing, because whatever you want, you play as you want. And if you want to do A or B, it's really up to you, it's your game. Supposed to be windows. Huh. Well, one more stop today than yesterday. Going to the dairy farm. It's a little bit of an experiment. I don't know if it will work. It didn't always work in the past. There you had to be present to actually farm the animals. So I'm a little bit curious if this works. If it works, there should be milk. Nothing. So these don't seem to be running when I'm not here. That was recently milk. That means I should have milk. Why don't I have any milk? Am I doing something wrong? That one was just milked. Okay. So it works when I'm here. But it doesn't work when I'm not here. Okay. That's just being weird. Sorry to say it like that. So I have a base here, so I'm actually going to call the freighter to be in this system as well. So this, weirdly enough, only work when I'm present. That is quite annoying. It's actually very annoying. So it works fine when I'm standing here, but I don't want to stand here for the next 8 hours to freaking get milk. Or liver fruit or anything else. That is really... What the fuck is that? That is slightly annoying. Yeah, it works fine when I'm here. You know what? I'll come back later and see how it pans out. That's all I can say. Otherwise I'll be here for a long time. Oh well. So, that was where we ended yesterday. And that is where we will start today. I mean, that's fair enough, isn't it? Start off where we ended last time. So actually I wanna just empty over. I have a lot of things to move, yeah. Thing is, what needs to be sold needs to be sold. So I thought they were full as well. So that is going that way. That one is one for sale. That goes radar. 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 So that's it for now. Don't know why I'm carrying that one around. solid data, I can't use it. I have all blueprints, so I don't really know what to do with it. Could make them to nanite. Or not. So that's all the stuff that's for sale. So we put them on the freighter for now. Problem is they attract pirates because of value. Yeah. That is, did I ever talk to this guy? Yeah, I did. I thought I did, but if you're in doubt, then double check. So these three, I'm not going to do any of them because repair always seem to be bugged with me. So that I'm going to leave alone. Take a photo of a monolith, yeah, and raid a planetary harvester. Probably shitty rewards, so let's quickly see if we can sell anything actually. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So, and, I was the one in finding this system, so and of course I will be looking for interesting ships. I always, well, I haven't always done, but I will do it from, well, May 2023. I have posted any S-class ship on YouTube that I have found. So there is coming videos when I find them, and if you don't want to sit and look through a whole stream, then go to my YouTube channel. And other interesting things as well. If I do something I find is educational, at least, that was the word I was looking for, then I would cut it out and use it as well. So, adventure time. What planets do we have in this system? That's another paradise. To check, I don't have any missions sitting and being pending without Starship 65. No! by mistake activated that, so that was not what I wanted to do. So where is the trading station? It's down that way. It's on the next planet, which is unknown. Doesn't really matter what it is. So let's go and visit that. I'm not necessarily chasing any resources at the moment because I am not really in need for that. At some point I probably will be again and I'll start stocking up, but until then I'm actually kind of chilling around that point. What is this planet? Okay, it's actually nice weather planet. And let's leave it with that, then I don't have to put anything to that perspective. See. Boxes over there. That's the good thing with Vikings, they are a little bit more disorganized, so you'll find boxes. I don't know if that actually is true, but it seems like Korvax, they do not leave anything out in the open, so to speak. It's all tidied up and again, it would make sense that an artificial-ish life form is very binary and I almost said OCD'd in the ways with things is tidy. But yeah, I do love my free stuff from boxes. That's always a good thing. Can I do a little bit of scanning? Well, guess that's it. We've got something to trade with. actually sold something as well. And we are a bunch of happy bunnies. So go to space, galactic map, towards galactic center. I need a certain drive for this. I don't have a cadmium drive, so let's just take it as it comes. I probably should actually do those. So something stupid. Is there a space station here somewhere? So what I think I will do is I will actually go to the freighter and get those things I need so I can put, because it's a little bit annoying, you can't go to all systems with your ship. So let's quickly see what would I need. I would need gold to put this on. I want that. Gold is normally not a problem. And I need the engine drive, that's emerald. That's the minimum, because then I can go to old systems. You don't have to build indium, emerald and cadmium. I could just put this on and then actually let's do that. So now I can go to red systems. Then I can farm some cadmium and I can make the next one and so on. Then I don't need to waste time to go to the freighter. I could, if I wanted to. So I need to collect some gold. Do I have any here? I actually had loads of gold out yesterday. Why didn't I do it yesterday? That's a good question, which I can't really answer. So that's one thing I will have to find out why that's the case. But again, gold is something I get around, and I don't know if I need the emergency warp, but I like to have it just in case. Sometimes you end up in a situation where you actually need to get away very quickly. So yeah, none of these is needed. C-class, but with lots of slots. That's That is one thing I always think is important. Okay, don't take it all, take a share. But I was actually thinking, what happens if? It's all about ifs and buts. Anything I need here? Well. I used to buy the tritium, and when I come places with dihydrogen as well. So I'm going to buy that. The other ones is not low enough. So anything we can sell, neural duct. Good. The radiant shards are not for sale, it's actually for fuel, so I have to be careful I actually don't sell, accidentally don't sell them. And I will have to go to farm more when I come across dissonant systems or planets. So I lost a standing with the gigs because of that bugger. That is not something which is going to make me sleepless or anything like that. Shit happens, and sometimes you actually have to try to find out what happens if. And the only way of doing that really is to try the different diversities in that kind of situation. And to be honest, I will get standings back. I in general get more than I lose, so traders. Director Unk. I have a little bit of a race, which of the races, no pun intended, actually get the words first. So it actually went to the starship. I must have some, yeah, I already had some of them. Okay. Missions. Good missions, please. No. So I am going to hunt pirates. I I get so many of those mind control thingies. So hunting pirates will actually give me standings with the gig, so sometimes when you have multiple of the same mission, you can do them in one go. It's not always like that. So again, my tune is getting in my way. It is very annoying. They do that. Let's say they've gone on these Sentinel interceptors are very, very good. It doesn't overheat as quickly as some of the others. It was the fucking wrong one. Just fueled it up. Just die. Thank you. So I always say that you should be able to win all fights, because the secret is to keep your shield filled up And that is absolutely the truth. The problem is if you don't have whatever it takes to refuel it. If you don't have sodium or anything else, then you are in a very tricky situation. And that's why I'm saying make sure you have plan Bs and even plan C. You are not always choosing when you fight, so don't be caught out. Remember, I'm a hoarder, so I always have a lot of things in stock. And of course, things which I can use. So I have done both, but there was a lot of fighting here, so actually going to check. Like there is back to the space station and hand in. As I said, don't be caught out. Make sure you have sodium nitrate, or what are they called? Star Shield batteries. Have a good stack of everything you might need for your shield. Even put it on the ship itself. Just keep it for that purpose and top it up when needed. That's a good way of going with it. Don't necessarily do like I do. I have it in my exosuit all the time, because I want to make sure I have everything with me, no matter what ship I'm in. So I got a lot of gig standings by doing those two missions. Not necessary these two, but in general. Nothing here which is any more interesting. So just a quick scan. B. There's of course an S because it's mine. So, 3 planets bountiful. barren and dead. Ancient bones is a good money maker when you are starting out. It's a time-consuming exercise, but it's a good way of getting a nice lump sum of money without really putting yourself too much in harm's way. Of course, if you find a planet with ancient bones which has aggressive sentinels, that might be another case. The more I fly in this ship, the more I actually appreciate it, because it comes down on surface very, very fast. I like that. It's not as slow as some of the other ones. This might actually go and become my favorite ship.
Product received. Product received. Product received. Product received. Product received.
Anything I can sell. It's always about the resources, because I already checked on the planet, this space station, whether I could sell any of the trade goods I was carrying, and that of course is kind of important to find out. That will go through to trade stations, but your resources will change sometimes, so it is actually worth keeping an eye whenever you meet a trade. This is called a trade terminal, and then just take a look. It might be worth your while. Not many boxes at this system, but at this trading post. But on the other hand, I got a lot of trade goods. So again, you can't get everything every time. So what is landing there? A fighter. E-fighter. There is another E-fighter. It's one of the smaller ones. And I saw my ship and say, oh, that looks interesting. Yeah, it does. However, you won't see them at the trading post and space stations, I believe. If you want one like mine, you have to go out and find them using things like this or those. So I'm airborne, but I'm standing at 0 speed, so it's actually hovering over the train station, the train post. So you can actually use these ships to quite interesting things. Actually exited? No. I wondered if you could actually jump out of the ship. That would be interesting on water planets sometimes, but yeah. Well, we are on our way to another system. This one didn't hold anything really interesting. And it's not like I'm looking for anything specific. I found what I did want, so maybe we should see if we can find a system with cadmium. There was one nearby, I believe. That one looks like it. I just wondered if I actually had put the economy scanner on, so I had. So it doesn't seem like there is a space station in this. So not having an emergency warp means that if I run into trouble, have to sort them out. Might be wrong about the space station just because I can't see it. Doesn't mean it's not there. One thing to warn about, a little bit about in asteroid belts is there might be NPC mining ships. Be careful you don't hit them, because if you do, you might suddenly be in a battle with quite nasty ships. Okay, let's look at the planets here. We need... Where is it? There's one there. I should hold cadmium, all of them. Aggressive sentinels. That is not really what I want. What else is there? That's the big one coming up here. It's tropical planet with high. looks interesting, but is it useful for our needs? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what that is, if anything. So let's land and have a look. That's the best thing we can do, really, is actually to take a look at it. Scan a little bit around. Some sort of animal I can't get a lock on. Yes, that's another one. Animals are good because they give money. Money is, in my opinion, and this is only me talking, but I know some of my viewers share that that without money in the game, you struggle for doing the most simple tasks. I'm not saying that that it should be an endless struggle for actually accumulate wealth for all that that you do, because that's really up to you. I'm not saying you should play like I play. I actually don't encourage that. I'm saying that if I can give you some tips and hints and tricks which helps your game, then I'm happy. If there's something you don't know, ask. I might be able to answer that. And yeah, I know you think it's a stupid question, but you know what? If there's something you don't know, then the question is not stupid. I would say when I started playing, I would have wished that I knew where to go and ask questions sometimes. Because I was freaking struggling surviving. And I ran into sentinels, abnormal horrors. That was not funny, believe me. I had to look for my grave many times. And I think many has been in those situations when they started playing, because the start missions now kind of lead you into basic survival and all that. It didn't used to do that. You were pretty much chucked out on your own. As we say where I come from, you were chucked out at the deep end in the swimming pool and told to swim. So, depending how aggressive the sentinels are, if they are not overly aggressive, you can farm resources without any issues. If they are aggressive, they will start attacking you when you do it. So just keep a little bit eye on them and see what they're doing. If they are not turning blue investigating you, you are absolutely fine. I got stuck in my old hole. We used to just say that this was the game of hole making.
Units received.
So those 4 animals are missing. And I wonder, are they underwater? No, ground. Flying and 2 underwater. Okay. I'm not going to chase them. I came to get some cadmium, and I did. So using your mining laser might attract unwanted attention from the sentinels. That's normally the primary thing they look at. Or if you shoot animals with guns. So I take this along with me. And I normally take these, not that I only need it, but carbon and condensed carbon is good fuel for many things. So it is worth kind of getting it. For some reason I couldn't get it to sit stabilized for that once. Okay.
Units received.
Dude, where's my car? These are very important in the start game. Sodium. That is what keeps you alive for.
Units received.
So now he turned blue, he's investigating. And as I'm not shooting anymore, he goes white again. And that's the warning signs. If it turns blue, stop shooting, or whatever you're doing. Unless you intend to pick a fight with them. Then forget everything I said. Just continue. It's absolutely fine. So, oh, I didn't see that. Sodium nitrate is, oh, something is coming looking at me. So I'm not really fussed anymore on this planet. Can I build the next drive? Emerald.
Technology installed.
So I want to make sure when I put more shielding on that it actually is fine. Weirdly enough, I didn't get much gold. Oh, it's actually weird. I need to keep them running while I'm running around, so I don't necessarily have to do it in the end of my session. It's actually quite annoying sitting half an hour after you finish playing and just refining. It's unfortunately something you have to do sometimes if you want that benefit from the product. So those two orders, but they didn't look interesting. So I think maybe we should find an emerald system. There's one up there. Because then we build the drives as we go, and we can actually do the things which we want to do. I do like my ships to be able to go everywhere, anywhere. So this is fungal planet. That one looks interesting, so it's probably not. Hyperborean, that means it's cold. However, I could use with some dioxide. I think I was running low. And I will say, there is not much system in how I take the different planets. It is... Sometimes I go after things I need. Other times I look at them because they seemed interesting. It's something which I found could be funny to look at, if that makes sense. Sometimes I wonder what the heck is that type of planet. Let me have a look. Sometimes I choose a planet because I know it's fun to jump around on it. Airless planets, because your jetpack will bring you very far. So that is kind of the premises I put into it. And again, when you play, you can kind of do whatever you want. There is no right or wrong or anything in that direction. You can do exactly what you want. If you want to be the richest man in the universe, you're not going to be that, because there's a limitation on how much coinage you can have. And there's others which has reached that point. But you can be rich on experiences, and you choose exactly what you want to do yourself. So now I got sidetracked by scanning, but the thing is, it always gives me some good money just scanning. And on planets with loads of wildlife, believe me, if you are in need for nanites, that is actually where you can really score a good lump. If we look here, there's 13. So if I scan all animals, I get a 3,200 bonus on it. So it is actually worth taking that little time and effort sometimes, especially if you get close and get them very easily from the beginning. I only need 1 or 2 more. Well, I would say then go for it. What deposits I see here is silver. Why? That is not what I need. Silver. That is rather annoying, but silver.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Yeah, let's have a blizzard on top. Silver, silver, silver. 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 I found silver. I don't need silver. Oh man. No storm on top. That is swell. So minus 104 degrees. I would say that's cold. That's very cold, to be honest. So this place has already proven to be useless, so let's move somewhere. Could use and farm stone crystals, but that's not, again, something I really need, so I'm going to leave that. Still 104 degrees minus.
Technology recharge.
Silver. Dark side, okay, that's at least useful. So it says I can survive in 4 minutes, so that's sweet. Okay. God. Look like someone else has farmed here. Even though it shouldn't have, because it looked like I was the first one ever here. So, what else around? There's at least emerald, that's what I came for. Primary. A spider, or looks like a spider with a humongous brain. I always say I do have emerald on my freighter, and I didn't need to do this, but sometimes it's actually nice to go and look for the things. So I can't even see how much I need. So how much did I get? 150. That's probably not enough. have a feeling I need 200, so
Units received.
need to find another animal.
Received.
So if you kind of pay attention to it, then you will always end up relatively close to have found them all, and you might have to go and find the last one or the last two ones. And yeah, it can take time to find them, no doubt about that, but I would say it's always beneficial when you do. So I found my favorite metal fingers. I don't know why they're called fingers, but they don't look like fingers. As I said, condensed carbon is a good fuel source together with carbon, and always make sure you have some in stock. I feel I repeat myself, but it is my whole game experience. Keep things in stock. Set yourself some stock levels you want to have. Whether you always want to have a full 9,999 full of each things, and then you top up. That's one way of doing it. I have one up to one full on in my exosuit, so I always bring the most essentials with me, and then I stock up on the freighter. I kind of have stock up way more than I actually need, and now I reach a point where some of my resources is just getting sold, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. It's always good to earn some money. That is not a bad thing, even though some will say it is. And I'm being a little bit sarcastic with those statements because telling players that they shouldn't be focusing on making money, that's I think that's very rich, especially with a game where it is labeled that you can play exactly like you want, when you want, and do whatever you want. And we have actually determined that there is no right or wrong. There is easy ways and there's difficult ways. Whether you choose one or the other, who gives a flying fuck? I'm still down to it's your game. You do what you feel you get the best things out of. mean, I play like I want. And is that wrong? No, it's not. I was almost tempted to say I paid for the game, so I played exactly how I want. It's not completely true. I have paid for the game, but not the one I'm sitting playing right now, because that's on Game Pass with Xbox, so I actually play games free there. But I have it on Steam as well, so where I have bought and paid for the game. The only time where someone could criticize your way of playing is if you're playing together and doing missions together and you are not pulling your weight or whatever it might be, then politely someone could say, oh listen, when we're doing this together, maybe you shouldn't focus on making money or killing animals or whatever you're doing. Then you have to kind of find a common ground, but other than that, when you play on your own, do exactly what you want. Why shouldn't you? So, why is the exit so important? Well, it is because you use it for protection against the cold.
Technology recharge.
Even though I mainly use the iron batteries when I'm fully down. But if I only have to top up, I use the dark side, because I don't want to waste a battery for a little bit of well, for a top up, to be honest. This is a very interesting planet regarding crystallized things. There's a lot of those spikes standing around. There's one up there as well. So this was actually what I came for. Hello, hello! Yeah, it is brilliant. Yeah, I have been playing No Man's Sky in my free time as well. Oh, so you started a whole new one. You didn't do as the new one I started. I went survival mode. Yeah, I would almost say give me a controller and then we reverse the problem. Because that's where I would be struggling, to be honest. Well, the thing is, I find when I start new now, you know things, and that is actually beneficial. It helps you survive, it helps you get on the right path immediately. So I find that's beneficial. Now I started a new save in survival mode, and that's been challenging, but I haven't died yet, so it's been close a couple of times. But I will say it is a slower way of playing, because you have to kind of take it in the proper time. But I'm thinking about tomorrow on stream to start a survival game and run on Thursdays. Yeah. Yeah, I also had the Twitch drop, so when I came to the anomaly, I could actually pick a couple of things to help me a little bit on the way. Which is rather nice. It is really a nice thing. Yeah, it's weird. I'm actually starting looking forward to the next time there's expeditions to do them. So did I get enough for that? Yes. So you need a volcanic planet. I don't know if that helps you.
Technology installed.
You notice what ship I'm playing? I started building this up, gearing it up. I actually love this ship, and I think this is going to be my new favorite one. No, you're doing it all wrong. You should not be making money. We don't make money anymore. My Sentinel Interceptor. I'm really falling in love with this ship. I took it yesterday because I had a lot of storage augmentation, so I thought, okay, I will I will do that and start gearing it up, make it as strong as possible. And then I realized my hyperdrive range is bumped up to 1,266 light years. I can make some humongous jumps in this. Yeah, as we talked about so many times, this is a game of such law. Yeah, I haven't even done much because most of it is actually based on the things which is already in it. So but I mean, the DPS is immensely high, and yeah, I'm falling in love with this ship. So I start sounding like some woman I'm talking about. But yeah, Basalt. Yeah, that is really a good one. Damn. Well, I've been collecting resources. I could have gone back to my freighter, but I thought it would be more interesting just to pick them up. So I took the range of the different drives so I could go to all systems. So now I'm fine with I can go everywhere with this one. And far. So I'll go back on the part again. Oh, I need that. That's annoying. My phone keeps buzzing, but there's nothing on it. Oh. Yeah, I would say, even though I'm hoarding, Basalt is not something I have a lot of either, so but you kind of know that it is such low though. That is this game. If you're not looking for it, you will find 5 planets very quickly that has it. But I have seen one planet today with it, I believe. But you're absolutely right. There is very cheap stuff which is very hard to get. But you know, there's a little trick sometimes. If you see parked ships around, talk to them and see what they have to sell, because they sometimes have the more hard to get stuff as well. Just saying. I know it's annoying to have to pay for things, but it's also sometimes about the time you spend looking for it.
Product received.
So what did I get there? A hyperdrive. Question is if I can have any more. Oh, I could. I just expanded the range to 1500 light years. Yeah. No, I know you're not the first one talking about basalt. That is hard to find. So the thing is, if you find a planet with it, then really stock up. Or see if you can make a base which can pull out resources. That one. Good. I'm happy. No, you're absolutely right. That's it is annoying. I had the same with the paraffinium. Whenever I found it in the start of the game, it was always very little deposits, and it was a joke. Now where I'm extracting it myself, everything seems
Product received. Product received. Units received. Units received.
no. I would say, yeah. Well, it doesn't pause, it just pauses the picture. Because if I go away, it just stands there and you see. Can you see that? No. It's actually sitting with a little blue bar in my bottom going, but now my cursor is on the Twitch side, and that it's doing that, and it's really annoying. Yeah, that shows you are out of the game, so to speak. It's really annoying. I think I have all my stuff on the other screen, so if I need to do something, I actually have to jump over. I'm not sure how to actually solve that in a... I have a feeling, but I don't know if it's possible. Actually, that's something I can check. Options, graphic. So, yeah, theoretically you have to go into bordered windows, because then you can move around on all your... But what if you go out to the game? So I'm sitting here playing. It's just annoying to have that white bar. So I go over here. No, I don't. I already did that. Okay. I didn't do that one, so I'm doing that. Then I'm checking something over here. Then I'm coming back here. Well, I don't know. It seems, but no, I don't even have. Now I can't leave the screen again. Okay. Then I would rather go borderless, to be honest. That looks better. So, yeah, it is slightly annoying. Now I have the wrong picture on there. Now I noticed the blue bar is not displayed on the stream. That's actually, so if it was, at least people could see I was on the other screen. Yeah, I noticed the same. So that is an annoyance. No doubt about that. But it's normally dependent on the windowed mode, because games which use a full screen normally blocks that screen for the game, and you can't go out without tapping out. But if it's windowed mode, normally you can actually go out and do other things, but No Man's Sky is not good at that. Yeah. That is... well, I would say it doesn't take long, because again you know what to do. Go into new systems, go and get buy the one you can get in each system as well. It even call the anomaly in each system and get them. Oh, I know exactly where you're coming from. Whenever I start a new save, I'm sitting there thinking, how can you live with these limited... Yeah, that's... But I think it is based that you're a new player who's never tried it before, don't know what to do, so they need to show you exactly what you need to do so you know what to do. Okay, this is a Toyota Camry convention suddenly. Oh, by the way, if you trade with the pilots on the haulers, they have more trading goods. Nothing interesting, but I will say, if you don't do the Atlas, you have to get the glyphs the old-fashioned way with travelers. So it might be a question just biting the bullet and kind of do it. Because it is easier to get the glyphs through Atlas than it is through travelers. Stop.
Incoming storm.
Incoming storm. Are you joking?
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
It's minus degrees and it's warning about an incoming firestorm. That is really weird. Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to go through all this stuff with the remembrance and all that, because that is kind of useless. But the glyphs is kind of a thing you need. But you know how to get the glyphs out of the travelers, don't you? I have shown it a couple of times. It also comes with a little gift when you find their grave, so it might be beneficial to when you run into them anyway. How long can I actually survive here? 3 minutes.
Units received. Units received.
3 minutes. a little bit tricky. I would say I could keep myself alive, but I don't want to take stupid chances.
Storm clearing.
And it's not so much for the temperature only, it's also if I run into things which I have to fight with, then visibility get an issue. It's good to see that you keep the tradition alive in new saves. That is absolutely brilliant. That's how it should be. We can't let traditions die out.
Technology recharge.
When I started the survival game, that was my first thought. Okay, mole mode. Oh shit, I don't have a terrain manipulator. So I must admit I had to find a cave. Just go away, I'm not doing anything with you. Just go away. Yeah, they always have a tendency to, for some reason, they always put me on a toxic planet from the beginning. I don't know if that has something to do with my name or something like that. It's like, you go toxic. Yeah, maybe. It might be default, I actually don't know. That might be why I always end up on toxic, because you're supposed to. But it's really that feeling that you don't have all your space in your multi-tool, in your exosuit, in your ship for that matter. It's really horrible when you start up, but I guess it's part of the challenge. think it was only 3 I had to kill, so...
Alert. Navigational data received.
Pulse splitter is not really easy to shoot with over a distance. But close up, it's a lovely weapon. Oh well. Oh shit, my ship is not here. I really understand that. That's brilliant. Fingers can really do. First of all, uranium is very useful, as you can fuel some of your on your ship with it, and gold is gold. So yeah, it's oh, you appreciate all the little things when you really can use them. I found by accident I found a transmission tower. No, an observatory, and I went in and I found a distress signal and found a B-class shuttle which gave me 3 million coins. So I started out with quite a good lump sum of coins. Which then were converted into a multi-tool from the first space station, which was an A-class, which has way more slots than the one I was provided with. So I took a little bit of a shortcut, but that's sometimes necessary. I'm scared. do you want? Yeah, it's, so what am I doing? Oh, that was a mission. What am I doing? Yeah. Please tell me what I'm doing. Oh my. This is one of those where I sometimes have to ask the question if I'm so before I continue, I'm going to take a very short bathroom break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, so stay with me.